So, you have something coming up that you are very nervous about. Whether that can be something like going on a date with someone, undergoing a surgery, having a presentation in front of class, a job interview. Most of these things, for a lot of people, including me, can be quite nerve-wracking. And what most of us do is, we stress about it. We overthink. We worry about all the scenarios of how it can go wrong. And we create all of these reasons why we should be scared. Something that I am dreading towards too is having my wisdom teeth removed. I've never had a surgery of any kind before in my life. So the moment my dentist brought this up, I felt my heart skip a beat and my armpits filled themselves with sweat. I really am kind of a pussy. I am like, why am I actually scared? Professionals are taking care of me. So what's the deal? But I just get scared really easily. Just the thought of someone cutting into me with something, whether it be big or small, already frightens the hell out of me. And I get sick to my stomach. I search all over the internet and even look up videos of how surgeries are done. And I can tell you, that shit doesn't calm my nerves. Another thing that also doesn't calm my nerves is reading other people's comments. Sure, a lot of people say that it's no big deal and it really wasn't that bad, but there's always a handful of people that say some things like, oh, it hurt so bad, I felt like I was gonna die, it was one of the most traumatic experiences of my life, and all that sort of stuff. Reading those things just made it worse. However, reading the comments of people that didn't end up traumatic was kind of comforting. An advice I have come to give myself is, if I can't change it, I just have to embrace it. And I know that's easier said than done, but it is something that we can hold on to. If there's really no other way, what else are we supposed to do? We've probably already spent a freaking lot of time worrying, feeling sick and overthinking and all of that kind of shit. And for me, it didn't work. We just have to tell ourselves, when there's no other way, we're gonna be as good as we fucking possibly can be. We're gonna embrace it, and that's that. And that is the end of it. This mostly goes though about something scary that isn't actually fun. But there are also a lot of scary things that should be a lot of fun. Like going on a date or giving a presentation. If you can prepare yourself beforehand, that can take away a lot of the nerves. Like practicing a lot for your presentation or writing some small notes on a piece of paper to keep with you as a backup. Or when you're going for that date, think far beforehand what you will be wearing for an outfit and don't stress these things like an hour before you have to leave the house. You wanna get yourself in a good head and mind space, so you will be as relaxed as possible. You have to help yourself. Have you ever had happen to you that you were overthinking so much about something frightening that was coming up, and after that thing was finally over, it actually was as bad as you thought? For like 95% of you, probably not. Sure, there are probably a portion of you that may have experienced something so scary, but you are still alive and you learned from it and you are feeling better. But for most people, it probably wasn't as bad as how we expected it to be. And that most likely will be the case for this situation as well. We have to believe in ourselves, that we can do it, that we will fight through our thoughts and worries and that we can make it. Something that has helped me is picture the situation in your head, but in one of the most positive ways, like the most positive outcome, like a way where everything goes according to plan. It works out good. And if that is how it would go, what are the steps taken that have taken place that got to this result? Like for example, for a presentation, I was calm, I practiced what I needed to as much as I could. I started preparing far beforehand. An important thing to note is that it is okay if you mess up somewhere. That shit happens. We are people, right? We make mistakes. But how can you tackle that moment when you make the mistake? If you don't make a big deal out of it, other people won't do that as well, probably. If it were to go all according to plan, what would that look like? So when that scary situation is lurking around the corner, don't focus on all the things that can go wrong, but rather focus on all the things that can go right. And what can you do to have the biggest chance at everything going right? Thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and take care. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and take care.